How's it going, guys? Drip Crypto here, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm just going to be talking about how to make money pretty much passively in a sense when it comes to the crypto market, especially right now since we're in the bear market, but also how to also profit off of it during the bull market. But yeah, none of this is financial advice. Make sure you guys do your own research before investing any money into the crypto space. But let's get into it. So, when it comes to making money passively in the crypto space, how I personally do it is I usually do it through a couple ways. I usually do it either through like a liquidity pool. You can stake. You can even just hold coins in a sense and just pretty much wait until the bull market. That's pretty much a passive way because as the price action increases, you're pretty much making money. But I'm just going to give you guys some examples of today. Make sure you guys do your own research before doing any of these. But these are some ways that I make money passively. So one example, as you can see, we're on Uniswap. So Uniswap is a exchange pretty much on the Ethereum chain. You can also use it on different chains from Polygon, as you can see, Polygon, Binance, Arbitrum. So one way through here you can do it is through pools, liquidity pools. So what is a liquidity pool? I was pretty much talking about it when it came to PulseX. PulseX is another thing. So pretty much what would be is you'd provide liquidity for a pair. So a pair could either be, for example, ETH and USDC, Pulse and PulseX. Any two coins that you want to provide liquidity for, you can provide liquidity, and you'd provide so much of one coin, so much of another, and depending on the transactions. And when, for example, if we go to Uniswap, right, and we go to, say you want to add a position, you'd select your tokens, so say ETH and USDC, right? So you would select the fee tier. So right now I have 58% selected. It's gonna pop up a little chart, and then pretty much what you could do is you could provide something called a range. So all you do is between this range, you would be able to provide liquidity. Now, if it gets outside that range, there wouldn't be no liquidity provided. But depending on the range and how close you make it or how far away you make it, depends on how much you'd make per fee when it comes to the transaction. So how you make money passively in this is you're pretty much making it through so whenever someone tries to convert ETH to USDC or USDC to ETH, that transaction fee, you're making money off of it. Here, we can actually do it on this. So say you want to do, here, we'll just connect our wallet. So say you want to do 1,000 Pulse and 2,000 PulseX. So this is the pool. It tells you also how big your share is of the pool, and you can also provide for the pool. Actually, let me see. All right, so if you want to actually see how much you would technically be making when it comes to the liquidity pool providing, you could actually go to here, which is uniswap.fish. Pretty much you just type in the network, type in the pairs. So say we're doing ETH and USDC. So the best pair for a stable pair, since USDC is a stable coin, will be 0.05%. So then you could calculate that, right? It's actually going to pop up and show you exactly. So you could actually go on here, figure out exactly how you want to provide the liquidity, and then you could technically implement that when it comes to Uniswap. So, all right, I'm back. So just like what I said, so if we're providing USDC and an ETH pair, so as you can see the low liquidity position. You could also see the USDC correlation over the 1 month. This is V3, and we don't really use V3. It's mostly V4. But you can also calculate. So this is a calculation. You can actually see. So if you put in $1,000, right, you would have to put in $871 of USDC and about 0.06, which would be about 126 bucks of ETH. And you can also see how much you would get by providing liquidity. You could also see the USDC and ETH correlation, so how much they correlate, an example of price action. So you could also see your estimated fees every 24 hours, how much it would be monthly and how much it would be yearly, and that would all change depending on how much money you put in or how much money you want to. So if you only did $10, you'd be getting a cent a day, where if you threw in $1 million, about almost 1,200 a day. But yeah, that's one way you can do it. You can do it by providing liquidity. Another thing, if you go to PulseX, you could also provide it by being in farms. So I'm going to go more in depth about this, but so pretty much what a farm is pretty much. So for example, say if you were doing the USDC and Ethereum wrap pulse pair, so you'd have to provide USDC, but also pulse chain. So due to that, you'd be getting something called the incentive token, and that's that third token that I was talking about. So that's the one way. This is the one way you'd be getting the incentive token. Now you could also calculate it. As you can see, some of these APRs are pretty high. So for example, if you threw in, say, $100 on the year, you'd be pretty much at an ROI of $634, where on 30 days you'd be at $17, $4 every week, and about a cent a day. And that all changes depending on how much you accumulate. Say 1,000, boom, 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 boom. It's pretty much the same thing. And then with that, when you would pretty much enable it. So all that would be is you're just enabling it, which means you're just accepting the contract. And then every single day you would just come here and click harvest. Now these, as you can see, change a lot depending on the liquidity. Another way you could do it is just by staking. So this is Icosa. This is actually one thing that I'm actually doing. So all you do is if you had Icosa, you could stake it. You would stake it for so many days, and then you would accumulate the Icosa. But as you can see, you could also accumulate the Hedron. And same thing with the Hedron. You'd stake it for so many days, and you'd get Icosa. Just like Hex, you would stake so much Hex, and after a certain amount of days, you would have more Hex, and you pretty much gain it every single day. Just like DB Zen, just like Zen. Zen is another thing that I'm doing where you pretty much, you just pay for the gas fee. So the gas fee, I mean, now is more than what it was before, but you'd pay, say, $20-$30, and you'd stake it for so long. So say you staked it for the max term of 456 days at 32 Gwei. So you'd be looking at, after 452 days, you'd be looking at almost 30 million Zen, and your total earnings would be about $32. So you'd be net positive. Say you spent $20 on gas, so you'd be net positive of what, $11. So that's another way you can do that, and this is completely passive because you're technically earning the tokens while every day, because it's just in the contract. But yeah, those are some ways. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.